It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Got my legal hustle, welcome to the trap. I can blow a stack, bet I make it back. You can hit my line if you need a track, but we can't even talk if it ain't about the bag. Got my legal hustle, welcome to the trap. I can blow a stack, bet I make it back. You can hit my line if you need a track, but we can't even talk if it ain't about the bag. My studio sessions turn into fireworks. These reptiles on me like a Lacoste shirt. Plain Jane, make your eyes hurt. Fuck a sponsor. My mission to give it your prize, but without the concert. Pandemic showed me I could get it off the muscle. I be grinding year round. Y'all be waiting for the summer. I just fill the gaps. Don't need a light for the tunnel. Y'all looking highly disgruntled. I use the mic for my hustle. Dog, I came up. Triple beam changed up. Built the team, serving up the fiends through the screen. Living out the dream. Still independent. Don't need the red tape. Gang green, cut the dead weight, that's my headspace. Yeah, I've been a boss, I just now embraced it. Feeling in W9s like an application. Strong mind, advantageous, planning vacations. I put my dogs in the business like I'm Baron Davis.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well on this Thursday afternoon, going into the evening. Well, really evening by the time y'all see this, because it's gonna have to get uploaded and go through all the bullshit on YouTube. So it'll probably be evening. But hope everybody's doing well. Now, in this video, we're gonna be following up. For those of y'all that actually tuned in when I did my initial two videos about the TDE lawsuit. Of course, they are being accused by two women of sexual misconduct in the workplace and having executives over at TDE that have taken part in these actions allegedly. We've got Brandon Tiffith and I believe Anthony Tiffith Jr. That's Musa and Big B, the Top Dog sons. And they're being accused for sexual misconduct, and a couple of other employees at the label are also being accused of the same. One of the ladies, Linda Luna, came out, and of course, she's been connected to OVO, Drake's father, Smiley, who's an OVO artist. She's also been connected to Certified Jared, who's a Drake stan, who goes up for Drake all times a day, even puts out disparaging information about Kendrick Lamar and things of that nature. So there is some sort of mysterious, relationship there. However, when the lawsuit was initially filed, the two women who are a part of this lawsuit, who are the plaintiffs, they were Jane Doe and Jane Roe. They didn't want their identities to be disclosed. Unfortunately for them, immediately after the lawsuit hit the net, TDE came out and issued a statement, or at least their lawyer did, in which the lawyer literally gave us the names of the two women, the accusers. So now they went back to their legal team, and when I say they, I mean the accusers. They've gone back to their legal team. They've amended their complaint. They've included more information, more text messages, more information regarding their relationship to TDE. So now we're going to go through the amended filing. In the amended filing, they've also added account for doxing, right? Because they feel like TDE doxed them, put their identities out there, and have subjected them from their side of the story, that they've been subjected to harassment and even death threats and other, we'll just say, nasty language from fans of the label that have jumped into their DMs and said mean things to them, right? Now, I've told y'all from the jump, I don't know who did what. I don't have any connection to any of these people, as much as I've been a fan of TDE as a label and have been fans of their artists from the label. I don't know them personally. So I cannot vouch for anybody on the left or the right. All I can do is assess the information that's being placed in front of me, give everybody an equal opportunity for their voice to be heard, and hopefully at some point we'll get down to the bottom of it and get to the truth to show what exactly happened and get to a resolution that serves justice either way, whether it's confirmed that these guys did do that and these women are seeking justice via their their civil action, or that TDE and their employees be vindicated that they did no such thing, and hopefully there's some sort of retribution that they can take for the reputational harm that comes their way from that. Either way, I just want to get to the real stuff. All right. So what I'm gonna do is pull up the amended filing. It's kind of tough to get to this stuff, man. I think that's why nobody else has talked about it, because LA County, this ain't like Pacer. You feel me? LA County, they charge me $17 just to goddamn download this shit. So I see why some motherfuckers went the other way. But anyway, prior to me finding this, they did go to the Shade Room and they talked about this, but I didn't really want to pay attention to what the Shade Room had or what they were posting, because it's the Shade Room. You know, they're a gossip blog. You know what I mean? And although things that they do post can be legitimate, for accusations and allegations of this magnitude, I wouldn't want to go off of just hearsay of what they said they did. I want to see the actual paper trail. So now we have it. And as we can see here, the attorney is still Shinak S. Drap, okay, from Orange Law. Remember, just last week, Mr. Shinak removed the TDE lawsuit from his public profile on the law firm's website, but he is still involved. He's just not publicly promoting it anymore. I wonder what his motive was for taking it down, but he's still involved, okay? So we're going to go through the filing. This is kind of long, but again, there's more information to be revealed here, and we'll just see what it is. Okay, so in the Superior Court of the State of California, in and for County of Los Angeles, Civil Unlimited, this is a verified First Amendment complaint for damages. Of course, they have the sexual harassment claim, they have the battery, the assault, the negligence, the breach of contract, and a sixth count here for doxing. Okay, they're requesting for a jury trial. Okay, this is against, this is Linda Luna and Aya Alteri. Their names are now in the filing now that they've been revealed. Versus Top Dog Entertainment, LLC, Brandon Tiffith, Anthony Tiffith Jr., David Harrell, and Doe's 1 through 10, who have yet to be revealed. But if they need to, they will put their names out also. Okay? So, give a quick overview here. Parties. Plaintiff Linda Luna is a California resident who performed services for TDE from 2019 through the beginning of 2024. Plaintiff Aya Alteri is an Arizona resident who resided in a home provided by TDE between 2020 and 2021. Okay? We know who TDE is. We don't have to go through all that. So, yeah. And defendant David Harrell, who I was not able to get a lot of information on last time, they say, on information and belief at all relevant times, herein acts as an employee of TDE and resides in LA County. Mr. Harrell is also known under the pseudonym H. Wood in Hollywood. And I just saw H. Wood come out talking about Kai Cenat, saying that the statement that he put out regarding the Super Bowl, talking about there was no crowd noise and no pandemonium for Kendrick's performance. He basically says that Kai Cenat tried to get access to Kendrick's box and get into the area with all of his team. He was denied access. Therefore, they feel that his account is motivated by the fact that he couldn't sit with them. I don't know that to be true. That's just something that I recently saw in the blogs that H. Wood said. All right, we're going to keep going here. We know that this is in California, blase. So, factual allegations. Okay, professional services and unpaid compensation owed to Linda Luna. All right, in 2017, defendant Tiffith Jr. initiated discussions over text message with plaintiff Luna about joining TDE to handle public relations and brand marketing. Now, understand, to my knowledge, she has her own PR company, so I do not know if they're asking her to perform these tasks under her own company as a contractor to TDE, or if he's trying to recruit her to join TDE as part of the label, to have their own public relation and brand marketing division as an actual employee. That will have to be discovered. Okay, So here we have text messages between Musa, aka Anthony Tiffith Jr., and Linda. Okay. So we've got a text here that says, okay, are you ready to bring me on board? Okay. So she's asking, what's up? You trying to work or what? And apparently there was some sort of conversation that happened before that. We'd love to know what led to that question. But this is what we have at the moment. Okay. Okay, are you ready to bring me on board? LOL. But everything is cool. I actually ran into Brandon at Quavo event because I was a part of the team that put it together. And of course, Brandon is another defendant. He says, yes, let's sit down and talk. Right? Here's another clipping that says she's so young and fresh. I'm guessing they're talking about TDE's latest signee, Alameda. He says, I want you to come on board officially if you think you can help connect her with the right brands and get the right looks for her. Okay. Says here, yeah, let's discuss. Is she a new TDE artist? Okay. There's another clipping here that says, yes, she's new to the team. We're going to build her own fan base first, then announce her. Now, what I find interesting about these texts is that the blue and the gray are not synonymous, right? In the first text, it says, okay, are you ready to bring me on board? Blah, blah, blah. That's Linda texting. But then when you get to these other clippings, hold on. No, it is consistent. Let me stop. My bad. It is consistent because the blue is her. And the gray is Musa. So she says, yeah, let's discuss. She a new TDE artist. Says, yes, she's new to the team. We're going to build her own fan base first and announce her, which they did. She says, yeah, for sure. I'm sure I can definitely help with opportunities there for her. He says, I'm trying to start early and build a dope team for her, right? So they say in 2019, Mr. Tiffith Jr. engaged Miss Luna's services to work with artist A, agreeing to compensate Miss Luna at a monthly rate. Mr. Tiffith Jr. also asked Miss Luna to perform work for other artists affiliated with TDE. For example, in October 2019, he asked Miss Luna to assist with media and public relations work for one of his artists, Kimbe. And for those of y'all that are clued into hip-hop and underground artists, that will be Kimbe X. And he's been associated with them for a number of years. He continued to request her professional services for Kimbe over the course of the week. So here we get into texts about Kimbe. Okay. So Musa says, releasing Kimbe's project tomorrow. Need your help. She says, what do you need? I know you're not calling me the day before to do a rollout campaign, LOL. He says, LOL, I got a day off. I need following weeks to keep it afloat. So I guess Kimbe was about to drop his project the next day. He says, we need, follow up so that we can keep his project in people's eyes after the initial release, right? She says, what are you trying to do? Or what are you trying to get him? To have some interviews done, etc. Okay. He then sends a text, where you at today? She says, just working till the evening, then Todd Gurley's Halloween party. He says, where can I have Kimbe at out here? I got a low budget as well if you can help spread this album more. Now, I don't know where they're at necessarily because I would think in LA, they would know where he could get clued in. But they might have been in some other city. I don't know. He says, I got a low budget as well if you can help spread this album more. She says, let's talk. Can you talk in 10 minutes? Miss Luna agreed and performed significant media relations work on Kimbe's project. At Mr. Tiffith Jr.'s request, Miss Luna began to perform services for multiple TDE affiliated artists. Miss Luna submitted her invoices to Mr. Tiffith Jr. on November 27, 2019. Mr. Tiffith confirmed receipt of the invoice in writing. He reimbursed the travel and meal expenses, but did not pay the invoice for her professional services. So at this time, if she's sending an invoice, then I'm thinking that it's probably coming from her company, right? Which I forgot the name of the actual company, but if you're sending invoices, your contract work, right? However, she claims the invoice was unpaid, but they did pay for her travel and meal expenses. Well, she paid it up front. They reimbursed it to her. Miss Luna requested payment repeatedly by phone and text message. Each time, Mr. Tiffith Jr. brushed off her request. At one point, he demanded she exchange pleasantries with him before requesting payment. By the end of January 2020, Mr. Tiffith Jr. had still not paid Miss Luna's invoice. Now here, things get a little smaller. Let me see if I could zoom in a bit. I don't want y'all to, not be able to see what's going on here, though. All right, this is about the closest I can get. So it says, do you have my check? Ooh. So we can see at this point, she is definitely getting a bit frustrated. Now, what are the dates on this? December 3rd, 2019. Okay, she says, do you have my check? I know you said it would be ready on Monday. He replies back, LOL. Hey, good morning to you too, Linda. So as you can see, he is kind of putting her off, right? She's gotten frustrated. She's reaching out. The money's not been paid, right? So she's getting a little bit more aggressive about the money that she's supposed to be paid for the services that she performed. And I think that's, I would too. I've actually done it before, not something that I enjoy, but I've had to reach out to people for unpaid invoices, and it does get a little sticky. You know what I'm saying? So he says, LOL, hey, good morning to you too, Linda. She says, I'm not laughing, which I got to be honest here. I don't think she's in the wrong. He says, I'm not either. You just never not said hello. So I guess this is the part where he requests pleasantries to be said in his direction. I don't agree with that. She says, really? Do we need to scroll up and look at all the messages I sent you and how many times I called you and how you just ignored me? He says, why don't you ask me if I'm okay? You know anything I've been through this week? Nah. Okay. I'm be honest with y'all. I can't say that he did what she's accusing her, him of in a sexual manner, but I can say from a business manner, this is unprofessional, right? You asked me to come do work for your artist. I did the work. I did the deliverables. I've helped. Now you don't want to pay me, right? I come to you. I ask for my payment, and you're basically trying to steer the conversation in another direction, basically saying that I'm not being nice enough to you, but where's my money? I can't say that this is wrong. So let's go to these other text messages. What's the date on this one? Y'all, part of me had to like look in and shit, but as y'all can see, it ain't like crystal clear. So this next one is from December 30th. And it says, hey, love, did you ever send me that money you owe me? I need to try to get this money that I put out, please. Have a safe New Year celebration, whatever you do tonight. No answer. December 31st is where the have a safe New Year celebration comes in. So she texts on the 30th, no answer. She texts back on the 31st, and he says, what party is going up tonight? So again, when she asks for the money, she gets ignored. January 21st, 2020, she sends another text. Hey, good morning. Can I get that money you owe me today, please? And also, what's the update on the Empire check? I'm trying to understand what Empire would be paying for. But, and I guess Kimbe was signed to Empire. I'd have to look. Let me see. All right, so we're on a Kimbe X video from 2019. This says, listen to the single Voices Out Now, stream Empire. So that's an Empire link for you to check out the song. So, yep, he was signed. Oh, I'm in the corner fucking covering the shit up. Hold up. And let me zoom out a little bit here. There you have it. So that's what's going down. Still not understanding what the check from Empire is supposed to be. Are they like sending money to TDE and then the money's supposed to be coming to her for her portion? That's probably what's going on. If there's royalties coming down and she's supposed to get paid out of that. Perhaps, I don't know. Or maybe maybe she's subcontracting for Empire too on behalf of Kimbe. I don't know. So there was no text there. She comes back January 22nd, says, "Hey love, please bring the money today too. Get it out the way finally. I need to get the money to pay for some business things this week. I don't want to keep taking from my personal account." She finally gets a response about the money. He says, "Okay." Now, of course, we don't have the entire text thread of everything that's going on in between here. But we can see at least she's repeatedly asking for her money. There's another one here. Hold on, that was January 22nd. This one here is the 28th. She says, "Okay, still haven't given me the money. Need to get that from you this week." So she's allegedly, she's applying personal finances towards work that's going on. And maybe I don't know what she's paying for necessarily, if it's all just travel, because they reimbursed her for travel at one point. But I still don't know who she paid on behalf of the artist. Did she pay for interviews? Did she pay for radio play? Did she pay for promotion? Did she pay for ads or anything? Because she's saying she's coming out of her personal account to make some things happen. Another text comes in. She says, "I totaled my car last night." She gets a response, "Damn, you okay?" She says, "So I need to get that money from you so I can use it towards my deductible with my insurance." So we have a whole series for months asking for the money. That I can't go up for that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the deal is with him avoiding these payments. Okay. Furthermore, over the course of 2019, TDE relied more heavily on Miss Luna. Miss Luna began to work with the artist Reason. Okay. So now she worked with Kimbe. Now she's working with Reason. Okay. And also performed services for the TDE Christmas concert in December, including securing host talent and additional site assistance. Excuse me. And this was 2019 TDE Christmas. Okay. Mr. Tiffith Jr. expressed interest in having Miss Luna work with all of TDE's artists, stating that he was going to have to use Miss Luna for every shoot. Now, what she was bringing to the shoot, I don't know. He also emphasized his reliance on her professional services, stating in response to a message from Miss Luna about her taking lead on project management, "Take care of me, Lin Lin." Okay? Now, what I don't understand is how she continued to do work with them if she hadn't been paid for the first bit of work. I would have, but of course, we are talking about the music industry, right? A lot of times people do get over on you. This is Top Dog Entertainment, TDE. This is the home of Kendrick Lamar at the time, SZA, right? Ab-Soul, Schoolboy Q, J-Rock, and we're coming off in 2019. They're coming off a pretty big, TDE time period, right? We're coming off of Damn going crazy, Black Panther going crazy, J-Rock going crazy and his stuff. They're bringing Reason in. So I can understand why somebody would want to maintain their proximity to a situation, even though the money's not necessarily coming in all that great, because you don't want to burn that bridge of that relationship and then be cut out when there's so much more money to potentially make. Now, sometimes you gotta know when to hold them and when to fold them and get the fuck on. But clearly at this point, she hadn't made that move. Okay. So here's some more text correspondence. All right. This one here says, "I have one of my other brand relationships that is going to come out and make these types of desserts." So she's even having people like, I'm guessing she's also bringing in brands. She got somebody to come in and make desserts. I wouldn't be surprised if she's bringing people in to, secure alcohol sponsors and things of that nature as well, because that's other scopes of public relations. But I don't know. I can't say, right? But here she's talking about somebody making dessert. He says, "Do your shit, Linda. Gonna have to use you for every shoot." She says, "Okay, love." He says, "Make it a dope experience out there." She says, "What color balloons? I'm doing my best." He says, "Blue." She says, calling all my relationships last minute. I wish you would have told me this days ago. I would have had this set up. Fucking amazing. LOL. Okay, got it. So clearly that is also becoming a trend where we can see in multiple instances that she's having to make last minute moves, right? Something here, this kind of cut off, but it says, I'm gonna have to put a calendar together with all the different artists and opportunities. We just need like a really good calendar and worksheet. I'll put it together because we know you're not going to do it. And I can't keep everything in my head like you can. I need visual written order. Okay. So here she is even saying, hey, I know you're not going to do it, but I need a lot more structure to get my schedule together so that I can really put my work in and do everything efficiently. He says, take care of me, Lin Lin. Okay. Moving forth, yet Miss Luna observed a pattern in Mr. Tiffith Jr.'s unwillingness to pay for services that extended beyond her own. For example, in January 2020, a number of dancers were hired to participate in a music video. Mr. Tiffith Jr. agreed to pay them for their participation. After a week, one of the dancers contacted Miss Luna because she had not yet been paid. Oh, shit. Don't tell me y'all ain't paying y'all people. When Miss Luna asked Mr. Tiffith Jr. to pay the dancer, he called her and said, fuck them hoes. Wow. Oh, wow. This is all alleged, but wow. And expressed that the dancer should have been happy to simply perform in a TDE video. I can't agree with that. After insistence by Miss Luna, Mr. Tiffith Jr. paid the dancer. So she insisted. She kept badgering him about it. He finally came forth to do it. By early 2020, TDE had incurred additional outstanding payments for the services Miss Luna was performing for artist A. In addition to not being fully compensated for her services, Miss Luna was also paying for expenses out of pocket without full reimbursement. Moreover, at Mr. Tiffith Jr.'s request, Miss Luna had agreed to allow artist A to live in her house. Wow. Now, why would you allow an artist to live in your house and they ain't even made no payments to you? See, this is where stuff gets tricky, right? This is where decision making starts getting a little very sticky because what? Live in my house? Why would I let your artist live with me? Y'all gonna pay my rent? Because y'all ain't even paid me for the work I've been doing. But I'm gonna assume that because she stopped asking for the money, she must have gotten paid from that at some point. Okay? So at his request, she allowed artist A to live in her house with the understanding that TDE, through Mr. Tiffith Jr., the person who had not been paying, would reimburse Miss Luna for rent and expenses. Mr. Tiffith Jr. ignored her pleas for payment. I don't think that was a smart move. You shouldn't have did that. Why would you gonna reimburse me for rent? Nah, y'all motherfuckers need to pay my rent for a year. So when they mention artist A's name, it will be covered. As y'all can see, they don't want to reveal that person. And we'll see. So this is February 7th. Oh, wow. This is literally right after you wasn't getting paid. Y'all was moving quick. I can't co-sign that either. I can't co-sign Musa allegedly calling the dancers hoes and not paying. And I definitely can't co-sign you just a month after not being paid and asking for your money for damn near 2-3 months to allow an artist to live in your house. Here's the text. Bro, we need to sit down and talk because this is my 5th time buying groceries this past month and my bills just came in and of course the light bill is higher, but I'm not like mad, but I need you to be mindful and considerate of what I'm picking up over here for you. Blank can eat a whole bag of chips and a whole bottle of snacks in the same day, so I have to go back and buy groceries like every few days. This is not cool that you keep saying you're going to give me money, but every time something happens where I don't hear from you and we don't connect because you always end up doing something else. I'm going to put a pin in it here. We're going to come back to this. Let's revisit what she's saying. This is my 5th time buying groceries this month. My bills just came in and the light bill is higher, right? So apparently she's feeding this artist. Not only are they living in the house, but this artist A is eating up the food, which is causing her to buy more food that she ain't even eating herself. Ain't no motherfucking way. Okay? And again, we've already seen the avoidant behavior when it comes to asking for her money. So I don't even understand why she would move forward with such a thing. But here we are. She's going through it again. Let's pick it up. She says, you should be more considerate by stopping by and giving me the money or Cash App or something to me. It's not cool that I have to feel like I'm chasing money and you make me feel liable to collect it. You should be doing that. Okay? Now, the only thing that I have not seen here is a contract to show that, or a agreement that shows she's an official employee for TDE at this point. I think she's still being contracted. But hopefully we get some sort of paperwork to show that she's joined the team, or an email or something, or a pay stub. February 21st. Hey Musa, I need to get this money that you owe me from the work I did. Here we go again, unpaid work. And also for artist A. I've got a lot on my plate and I put out a lot of money for my son. Oh, and you got a kid? Do you live with your son? Because why would you let an artist come live in your house with your child? Anyway, I put out a lot of money for my son since all the stuff has happened. So I really put this money back in place. I'm taking care of my son and blank. You taking care of your son and this artist. And blank now out of my own pocket. So I need you to keep your word and do your due diligence, please. I'm guessing this must be Alameda. It got to be. Because I think she's 25 now. So at the time she was maybe 19, 20, fresh, But damn, you done signed up and brought in a little sister / daughter. If that's the case. This is March 6th, 2020. Hey Musa, I have not heard back from you, and it's really been a cat and mouse game. I feel like I've been chasing you and it's really becoming resenting at this point. I gave artist A money today, so she can get gas. She's putting money in this artist's pocket so she can get gas and personal items, but I can't keep taking care of somebody else. And now we see it's a she. This is the reason why my son had to move. So you moved your child out your house and moved they artist in. Ain't no fucking way. At this point, I'm still helping my son out too. Her son must be damn near grown or something. I need to know how old the son is. This is not fair to me to put in the position where you're taking advantage of me at this point. You haven't paid me for my work, nor for her staying here, and it shouldn't be that hard for you to send me money. You have a responsibility and you need to own it and quit running from it and making me chase it. And as you can see, she's being very stern here. Not very stern in her actions, but at least her words and text. Okay? By mid-March, Miss Luna was owed thousands of dollars. Her requests for payment from Mr. Tiffith continued to be ignored, except for the occasional partial payment of a few $100s. Yet because of the professional relationship between TDE, Mr. Tiffith Jr., and Miss Luna feared that if she took more drastic measures, for example, stopping services until she was paid, she would lose out on the professional opportunity. That's what I said before. You're trying to stay connected to the situation because you like, man, if they could just get this money shit right, if y'all could just pay me on time, I could really put in some work for y'all and build up my personal profile. This could help me long term. This will be something that will be beneficial. But they're showing you that they're not valuing you. Although they keep asking you to do things and they value so much that they trust their artists to live in your crib, but they not giving you nothing. Ain't no fucking way. You would just have to lose out on the professional opportunity. For real. Through 2020, Miss Luna continued to perform media relations services for multiple TDE artists at Mr. Tiffith Jr.'s request. Indeed, TDE employees referred outside media inquiries to Miss Luna, stating that Miss Luna handled PR for the company. For example, in a group text message with Dash Radio, shout out to Dash, in April 2020, a TDE employee referred the Dash representative to Miss Luna, stating, "Baker, this is Linda. She handles our PR." Now, again, I don't doubt that she handled their PR. I just need to know whether she was doing it through her company or if they hired her as an official employee, because that's, something that they state. Never worked for us. But she's given us a clear indication that they owe her money. And I'm not going to say that they don't, because we see her asking for it. So here it says, "Linda, I have Baker here from Dash Radio. He wanted to do a live thing with Zay, as in Isaiah Rashad. But since we are more focusing on Reason at the moment, I told him to get with you about possibly doing it with Reason. Baker, this is Linda. She handles our PR." Josh from Dash says, "Thanks, Matt. Hey, Linda, nice to meet you. I do this IG live series with Dash Radio. Remember, this is 2020. So this is with pandemic and virtual coming into a whole, everybody was on that bitch. Would love to do one with Reason. I'm talking to Brad from RCA about doing a separate one with Sir." Indeed, Miss Luna was the point of contact with Rolling Stone magazine relating to a request to feature a short write-up of songs being released for TDE Appreciate Week in 2020. Nah, why you cover that email? I need to know if it's Linda Luna at Top Dog Entertainment. But as you can see, this is a TDE Rolling Stone email. This could be a possibility, but for the future, would not be able to be posted till after the release of all the songs from the TDE Appreciation Week. But we can set up phone calls with some of the TDE artists this week. In the meantime, can we get a Rolling Stone feature to feature a short write-up of the songs that are dropping each day? Feel free to call me to discuss. This is Linda corresponding directly. Through it all, Mr. Tiffith Jr. continued to make late or partial payments for amounts Miss Luna was owed, despite her repeated requests in writing for prompt payment. At one point in 2020, Mr. Tiffith Jr. confessed to Miss Luna that he had no money to pay her, implying that she should work without full and prompt payment because they were teammates. Oh my God. I ain't got no money for you, but we're teammates, baby. We doing it for the squad. Here we have another request from Linda for her money. "Please stop by and drop off the money on your way home or Cash App. It's been almost 3 weeks. Not cool, Musa. He says I'm broke. Gotta get it. Teammate." She says, "What you think I am? I'm taking care of artist A and my son. We need to have a real talk." He says, "I definitely don't think that." She says, "Okay, well, we need to have clear, consistent communication, Musa. You're not 23 like my son." Okay, her son is grown. But, that's still her child. So she's providing for him in areas that he may need. So this is why he's probably taking advantage of her at this point. Like, your son grown. Tell him to get it out the mud. Hell, take care of my artist, which I don't co-sign. You're not 23 like my son. We have to have a discussion on some things so that we can move our guests forward. In mid-2020, Mr. Tiffith Jr. told Miss Luna that because financial constraints prevented him from properly compensating her as agreed, he would offer her a co-management position for Artist A in exchange for a 10% management fee. See, I told y'all that. I told y'all it was going to be 10%. Go back to my video. I said they splitting that 20. On June 12, 2020, Miss Luna discussed the co-management with Artist A, who agreed. Miss Luna texted Mr. Tiffith to inform that Artist A was on board. Here's January 12, 2020. June 12th, excuse me. So this is the year progressing. She said, "I just had a long, really good talk with Artist A about everything from her confidence to her hustle, etc. We can chat tomorrow, but she's definitely already stepping her game up with looking for a vocal coach already. She downloaded this app to find someone, and she does want me to manage her with you. She said she feels comfortable with me and that she trusts me and appreciate. I'm sure she do. You paying for it. You buying groceries. You giving her money for gas and personal items. I would feel comfortable with you too. Big sis. Let me not make fun of this shit, but damn. She had mentioned that you wanted blank to manage at some point or something with you, and that's why she wasn't sure what to do, because she wasn't sure if I was even down to work with her. But anyways, we'll talk later. So this is a verbal text communication about her coming on board to co-manage, right? Which still doesn't make you an employee of the company, but you are doing work for them, right? So at this point, we're talking semantics, but clearly she's being brought on board to do a lot of work for TDE. Artist A also acknowledged to Miss Luna that she knew Mr. Tiffith Jr. had failed to pay her for her professional services. So this is a text from the artist saying, I know Musa doesn't pay you and all that. I don't mind getting a side job and helping out. I just don't want to waste this money because I don't have any income right now. And of course, this is a young artist. We didn't even know that she was with them till last year. So she's been going through a developmental process, trying to get in with the studio, trying to perfect her craft, get vocal coaching and stuff like that, taking, and she's got a free ride at Linda's house, right? At some point she says, I'm willing to work. So here we get to Brandon and the sexual misconduct towards Linda Luna, alleged. Okay. During the course of Miss Luna's work for TDE, Brandon Tiffith, chief marketing officer and brother to Mr. Tiffith Jr., engaged in inappropriate conduct of a sexual nature toward Miss Luna. On May 22nd, 2020, Miss Luna texted Mr. Tiffith, and this is Brandon, to ask him to contact her. He responded, after I finished getting this head, LOL. Miss Luna understood Mr. Tiffith to be stating that he was receiving or was about to receive oral sex. Here we have a clipping from the text message thread. She says, hit me. He says, after I finish getting this head, LOL. I can't co-sign that. You shouldn't be telling nobody that's working with your label what you doing in your personal about getting some fellatio. On June 18th, 2020, Mr. Tiffith texted Miss Luna a photograph of a man grabbing a woman by her ponytail from behind while she was bent over and in a state of partial undress. So now she's telling us that he's sending her inappropriate photos of people engaging in intercourse, which we'll just read it. With the angle of the photograph suggesting the man was engaging in sexual intercourse with the woman. Why he sent that, we don't know. But clearly that's inappropriate. We would just have to, we need more information. But the way it's being laid out here is niggas was on some inappropriate shit. Ain't no way. On June 7th, 2021, Mr. Tiffith texted Miss Luna a cartoon of a woman with exaggerated buttocks with the caption reading, Big Booty Latina. Wow. These niggas crazy. On January 8th, 2021, Miss Luna went to lunch with Mr. Tiffith at the Cheesecake Factory. So he been sending you inappropriate messages, and you're now going to dinner at the Cheesecake Factory. Okay? She parked her vehicle at his Parked her vehicle at his residence, and they carpooled together in Mr. Tiffith's vehicle. At lunch, Mr. Tiffith and Miss Luna discussed her services for TDE, including for Artist A. Mr. Tiffith ordered alcohol and suggested Miss Luna that she drink alcohol as well. Miss Luna felt pressure to comply and so drank with Mr. Tiffith. Now, it's a couple ways that this could be interpreted, right? From one angle, it could be she's afraid of him, right? He's with TDE. We know TDE to be at bare minimum gang affiliated. I don't know the Tiffith brothers affiliation. I'm not gonna put that on they jacket. But perhaps she may feel intimidated and feel like she has to do, what they're requesting. On the other hand, He's texted you about him receiving head, which was strike one. He sent you a photo of a man and a woman having sex, which we would need. Where's the photos of that? We have text messages of you and Musa. Where's the text of these things? Where's the proof, right? And what are the conversations leading up to that? Because if he's just sending you this stuff at random, unsolicited, if I were in that position, I would be very uncomfortable meeting up with that person. I would have to let that person know, hey, I don't like you sending me these things, right? And then he followed up and sent another thing with a big booty, talking about big booty Latina, which I'm assuming Linda is of Latin descent, right? So he's making some sort of advances in her direction. She hasn't said anything to counter them, at least to what we've seen thus far. Now they go to the Cheesecake Factory. She meets up with him, goes to his house, parks her car, so now they carpool. Why didn't they meet at the Cheesecake Factory? They're supposed to be talking business. He said he's ordering liquor. He suggests that she drink as well. I'm not understanding why you chose to drink with him. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have, because people have drinks when they go out. Not to say that you're getting drunk, but you could just be getting nice. You know what I'm saying? People in business settings have drinks all the time, right? But I don't understand why you would feel pressured unless he like, man, get you a drink or something. It could be that, or is it aggressive? When they returned to Mr. Tiffith's residence, which again, I don't understand why y'all carpooled, Mr. Tiffith asked Miss Luna to remain in the vehicle with him while he smoked marijuana. Oh no. Miss Luna does not smoke marijuana and did not partake. However, after prolonged exposure to secondhand weed smoke, Miss Luna felt dizzy and asked to lie down before she was ready to drive home. Oh no, you ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. I'm sorry. If I don't, and I don't smoke, but if I don't enjoy the smell of marijuana, if I don't want to, what is the incentive to sit in the car while he smoke if you don't enjoy the smell of smoke and you don't smoke, right? And y'all have y'all have nothing further to discuss. It's okay. I gotta go. Hey, you smoke your weed. I'll see you later. Right? So now she's requesting to lay down. Mr. Tiffith assisted Miss Luna to a room to rest where she laid down on the bed. He left. However, he later returned. Before Mr. Tiffith re-entered the room, Miss Luna heard his cousin Ron, who was also in the residence at the time, remark, "This is not going to end well, B." Wow. Mr. Tiffith then entered the room and laid down next to Luna. So she's implying that Brandon told his cousin Ron, I guess, what he was finna do. Cousin Ron said, nah, dawg, that ain't gonna end well. Tried to give him a warning. He then enters the room, allegedly lays down. He attempts to remove her clothing, partially pulling down her pants and undergarments and attempting to forcibly kiss her. Miss Luna objected, stating, "Brandon, what are you doing?" Mr. Tiffith replied, "Come on, Linda, you know this was bound to happen." Oh my God, this is disgusting. Under the influence of alcohol and secondhand marijuana, Miss Luna was slow to react as Mr. Tiffith removed his from his pants. As she realized what was happening, she attempted to push him away. As Miss Luna struggled to get up, Mr. Tiffith grabbed her by the head and forced her mouth toward his. As his contacted her, she feigned sickness as if she were about to vomit due to the alcohol. At this, Mr. Tiffith released her and Miss Luna escaped into the restroom. In the restroom, Miss Luna collected herself and then immediately left the residence to drive home. As she left, Mr. Tiffith shouted to her to tell what? As she left, Mr. Tiffith shouted to her to tell him how traffic was. So he He allegedly attempted to rape her, or grape, excuse me. She acts like she's gonna throw up on his thing. He allows her to go into the bathroom. She collects herself in the bathroom and leaves. He then shouts, "Tell me how the traffic is." It's some sick shit. Miss Luna wanted to forget it ever happened. Later that night, once she was safely at home, she sent Mr. Tiffett the text message about traffic, pretending the incident had not happened and everything was normal. I don't know how everyone deals with trauma. The next day, however, she confronted him, telling him that had she not been under the influence of alcohol, he would not have been able to take advantage of her or gone as far as he had. Mr. Tiffith reacted indignantly, stating she was trying to make him sound like a rapist. She responded, emphasizing what he had done had not been consensual. She pointed out that Mr. Tiffith knew Miss Luna had been in a relationship with another individual since December 2019, and that Mr. Tiffith could not reasonably believe she would have consented at his sexual overtures. Wow. So now she's getting into Anthony. This is Musa. And she's alleging that he's got sexual misconduct toward her as well. Wow. During the course of Miss Luna's work for TDE, Musa engaged in inappropriate conduct of a sexual nature toward Miss Luna. From the beginning, Mr. Tiffith Jr. expressed that he felt his attraction to Miss Luna might affect his ability to work professionally with her, stating in a text message that Miss Luna was just too fine for them to work together and that he was scared to work with Miss Luna, wishing that she was more unattractive. So this is December 27th, 2018. Okay? So this is before the working relationship had really taken part. Hey Musa, hope you had a great Christmas. We have to finally link up and work together in 2019, LOL. He responds, we do. She says, yes, let's make it happen, Captain. He then says, you just too fine, LOL. Scared to work with you, for real though. So he let it be known back then that he was attracted to her, scared to work with her, which that was inappropriate. She replies, so I have to be overweight and unattractive to work with the hit makers. He says, LOL, unattractive works best. Wow. LOL, but now we def gotta get together ASAP. Unfortunately, women are met with this type of behavior very frequently in all industries, but especially in the music industry where unprofessionality is common, super common, almost expected, right? Although Miss Luna attempted to jokingly brush off his comments, suggesting she could make herself look unattractive in furtherance of the professional relationship, Mr. Tiffith Jr. persisted, stating, can't nothing hide them curves or that, oh my God, or that face. That's crazy. While Mr. Tiffith Jr. often framed the unwanted sexual messages as jokes, he also remarked to Miss Luna that there was truth to jokes. She says, LOL, I'll just be sure to come with oversized clothes on, no makeup and hair, all crazy looking around you. Now, this is tough to really look at, because in hindsight, I'm looking at this in hindsight. When you're in it, I'm guessing she assumed that this is harmless, but anyone should have been able to tell her this is inappropriate and this could lead in the wrong direction, especially if he's outright telling you can't nothing hide your curves or your face. Not to say that she should be on guard initially about unwanted sexual assault, but that this attraction could lead to a problem, especially if you don't share a mutual attraction to that person. This ain't going to be good, right? But again, she wanted to work with TDE. This is one of the biggest labels in the West Coast, if not the biggest. And I'm not victim blaming or shaming her either. You know what I'm saying? Because she just wants to work, and she kept it to that. She didn't say I like you back or I'm attracted to you either. You know what I'm saying? But these were definitely red flags. On October 30th, 2019, Mr. Tiffith Jr. came over to Miss Luna's house. Wouldn't be no house, nothing. Okay. She admits here they shared a mutual consensual kiss. This is where shit gets muddy. Okay? Mutual consensual kiss. And this is something that when that hiking stuff leaked or whatever, or was placed out there, talking about people who hike together, survive together, something like that. I was like, this seems like they're a little bit closer than just work associates. But if at any moment she said no and he attempted to go further, I still can't say that's right. But we'll continue and just to see where this goes. So they shared a mutual consensual kiss. He then says, Linda, I will put a baby in you right now. Miss Luna laughed and told him he was crazy. Miss Luna was a single mother who split her time between her profession and caring for her son, an elderly mother, and her son was upstairs at the time. No romantic relationship progressed beyond that night, and Miss Luna and Mr. Tiffith Jr. maintained their professional relationship. I'm not going to lie, I do question that, but we're going to continue. In December 2019, Miss Luna entered a relationship with another individual. Okay. She told Mr. Tiffith Jr. because he knew the individual professionally. Mr. Tiffith Jr. acknowledged the relationship. Mr. Tiffith Jr. continued to send Miss Luna inappropriate messages. Okay. So in the midst of not being paid, he cannot pay you, but he could kiss you and send you inappropriate messages. That's crazy. In May of 2020, Miss Luna called Willie Norwood, a respected vocal coach in the industry. Norwood, ain't that from Brandy family? As a matter of fact, it is from Brandy family. It's Brandy's dad. He's a vocal coach in the industry. Okay, so it says Miss Luna called Willie Norwood, respected vocal coach in the industry, to inquire about vocal lessons for artist A. So she was trying to get Alameda vocal lessons from Brandy's dad. How Miss Luna was able to get a response from a vocal coach for artist A so quickly, Mr. Tiffith Jr. suggested Mr. Norwood have responded to her for sexual reasons, stating that it was because he had seen Miss Luna's face and titties. Wow, that's disgusting. So she couldn't get a response quickly because that's what she does, but because of sexual attraction. Wow. Here we are. Text thread. He says, you ever listen to Brandy? Then tags Willie Norwood's Instagram there. Her daddy, a vocal coach, try reaching out to him. She says, yeah, he's going to cost money, FYI. I just talked to Willie. He charges blank an hour, and he said he has time on Monday. He's going to send me what he has available, and he'll come over to the house to start with her. Excuse me. And then we can get a schedule going. He lives in blank. He comes back and says, how'd you contact him that fast? She says, LOL. He also said he's open to coming to the studio and needed to help with her vocal production, etc. as needed. Okay, so what is this? You taking on any clients for vocal lessons? Oh, so he's showing a screenshot of when he reached out. He then says, nigga left me on red. Them titties get access. Oh my God. He says, I just learned something new. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. She says, first of all, He's never seen me or met me, so don't even try it, LOL. We need to set it up. We need to set up the mic and speakers here at the house. Is literally just sitting here by the front door. He then asserts he went down that page. Trust me, saw that face, ass, and titties. Yes. Hey, yo, what the fuck is going on? She says, what are you talking about? I called him. I didn't message him. He says, oh, LOL. She says, you know, some people do have some decency and respect, and we don't see the rest of the message. This ain't looking good. I ain't gonna lie. On Mother's Day in 2020, Mr. Tiffith Jr. wished Miss Luna a happy Mother's Day and called her a MILF, a slang abbreviation for Mom I'd like to F. On one occasion, Mr. Tiffith Jr. sent Miss Luna a video of two individuals engaging in intimate activities. This was unconsented and unwanted. Okay? So he sent you a random porno video? The hell? On another occasion, he sent Miss Luna a picture of her and her close friend and expressed sexual interest in Miss Luna's friend. When he asked Miss Luna to introduce them, she reminded him that he was married. Oof. We've got a clipping here. It says, who's this? She says, my familia. Why? He says, she bad. Hook me up. She says, no. He says, why? She says, you have a whole wife at home. Why would I do that to her? Whoa, 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 whoa. What about that kiss? Was he married then? This is getting real foggy. On another occasion, Mr. Tiffith Jr. demanded he be able to use Miss Luna's home as a covert location at which to engage in sexual relations with a woman who was not his partner. Mr. Tiffith Jr. didn't ask. He simply told Miss Luna he needed to use her home for sex. Oh my God. Miss Luna put on an eager demeanor to accommodate his demand. What? What? Mr. Tiffith was a significant source of work and as yet unpaid income, and Miss Luna was afraid that if she expressed dissatisfaction or said no, she would lose the opportunity and the money she was owed, which she needed to support her son and elderly mother. This is crazy. So here's another text clip. December 24th. That's Christmas Eve. He sends a text saying, leaving Paramount. She says, where are you going? He says, trying to see now. Got this broad with me. She says, LMAO as always. So she's very much aware that he be out and about with these different women. I guess he say, fuck it. You know, we not getting it in. So I'll let you in on what type of shit I'm on. He says, LOL, I need you upstairs. She says, LOL, okay, gate code. She didn't ask no further questions. I can't. It's tough, again, to evaluate this situation because I feel mistakes are being made on both sides, but I can't overlook sexual misconduct. You get what I'm saying? Miss Luna made it clear that she wanted to keep the relationship professional, rebuking Mr. Tiffith as inappropriate and unprofessional when he attempted to come over to her house at night unannounced. What's the date on this? Yo. She says, yeah. He says, you bleep. She says, what's up? He say, about to pull up. Okay, so she responds, honestly, it's inappropriate and unprofessional to be coming this late. Maybe we can set a meeting up later in the week during the day. He says, yep. She says, feel free to call me if you need. And as you can see, this is after 11:30 in the evening. And he just decided he was going to pull up. Now, Here, we don't see, outside of the inappropriate comments, which is still sexual harassment that he made, we don't see anything actionable, just words. Again, that's sexual harassment, which still ain't cool. So this is SA and harassment of Aya Alteri. So this is the other girl. This is friend of artist A, aka Alameda. In late 2020, plaintiff Alteri, a friend of artist A, moved to California to provide her moral support in her career. TDE provided Miss Alteri with room and board in a TDE house. On information and belief, other individuals affiliated with TDE also resided in the house. Near the end of 2020, an individual affiliated with TDE, who Miss Alteri knew as B-Dog, approached Miss Alteri from behind in the kitchen and, without her consent, rubbed his erect genitalia against her buttocks. He repeated this conduct on one other occasion. Wow. On information and belief, TDE was aware of the incidents but took no action. On a night in January 2021, defendant David Harrell, whom Miss Alteri understood to be affiliated with TDE, was asked to drive Miss Alteri to a studio he had booked for artist A, where artist A and Miss Luna were waiting. On the way, Mr. Harrell stated that he needed to make a quick pit stop at his apartment to pick something up for Musa. Miss Alteri trusted Mr. Harrell because she understood he had worked at TDE for over 20 years and because she knew he was close with Mr. Tiffith Jr., the president of the company. Miss Alteri followed Mr. Harrell up the steps to his apartment. She tried to stay at the door, assuming Mr. Harrell would run in and pick up whatever he needed. From further inside, Mr. Harrell encouraged her multiple times to come in. Finally, she relented but expressed that she was in a hurry to leave. Mr. Harrell approached her with a shot of alcohol and asked her to drink it before they left. Miss Alteri declined multiple times. Mr. Harrell persisted, telling her to take the shot, and reassuring her, stating, "It's fine, we'll leave right after this." All right. Telling her to take the shot and reassuring her, stating, "It's fine, we'll leave right after this." On information and belief, Mr. Harrell knew Miss Alteri was under the age of 21. Eager to leave the situation, Miss Alteri drank the shot. So when people talk about underage, we're talking about under the drinking legal age, not underage in terms of 18, all right? Not to say that this is okay in any way, but I'm just putting that out there because there are some people that have alleged that they're talking about minors here, and it's not, okay? Within seconds, Miss Alteri's stomach started hurting. As she began to feel unusual, she sat in a chair and held her stomach. Mr. Harrell sat down next to her and pulled her towards him, attempting to move her onto his lap. She was much lighter than Mr. Harrell, only about 100 pounds, and he easily moved her onto his chair. At this point, reached under Miss Alteri's hoodie, grabbing her inappropriately. That's a mistype. That's a misprint. Miss Alteri yelled, "What are you doing, H. Wood?" Mr. Harrell responded, "Relax, it's fine, just do what I ask." Wow. Miss Alteri yelled at Mr. Harrell to stop multiple times. At this point, Mr. Harrell started removing Miss Alteri's pants and touching her intimate areas. He then picked up Miss Alteri and threw her onto his bed. At this point, Miss Alteri was certain she would be SA'd if she did not escape, and I'm only using that in place of the other word. Without thinking twice, she ran out the door and down the street. As she ran, the following thoughts flashed through her mind. She was in a potentially dangerous area. Her cell phone was disconnected at the time. She had nowhere to go. She kept running until she found a convenience store. She used a phone to call artist A and told her, "H. Wood just tried to grape me. Call me a lift back to Linda's house now." Miss Alteri tried to drink water, but she was increasingly dizzy. It did not feel to her like the effects of alcohol alone, and she suspected she had been drugged. She became so dizzy she feared she was going to become unconscious. At this point, there is a hole in a memory. This second half has a lot of typos. At that point, there's a hole in memory. The next thing she remembers is waking up in Miss Luna's home. Miss Alteri wanted to downplay what had happened because she wanted to protect Artist A's career. However, Artist A insisted on telling Mr. Tiffith Jr. on information and belief, artist A subsequently informed defendant Brandon Tiffith. So they're saying that Alameda went and told both brothers. Okay. Ms. Altieri expected that TDE would take steps to ensure Mr. Harrell was not in the same location as her, but Mr. Harrell continued to perform his work around her. He pretended like nothing had happened. Ms. Altieri was disgusted by TDE's response to the incident and decided to cut ties with the company shortly thereafter. Okay? So she was only there to provide emotional support and moral support to her friend. I won't say best friend, but we'll just say friend. And in the midst of her being there, she was allegedly essayed by someone who's been at the company for 20 years. Okay? Her and her friend told executives at the label nothing was done. Allegedly, right? So here we get to a meeting between TDE executives, Miss Luna and artist A. On January 28th, 2023, so 2 more years have passed, which I still don't agree should have taken place. But January 28th, 2023, Miss Luna and artist A met with Mr. Tiffith Jr. and Keaton Smith, TDE's general manager. The meeting began as a discussion about TDE and artist A's mutual expectations about their professional relationship. Miss Luna was in attendance as artist A's co-manager. Artist A recorded the conversation. Oof. Recorded the conversation? Mr. Tiffith Jr. encouraged her to record. Okay. Stating, if you're going to record, then record. Hey, press record on your phone, man. Artist A responded, we've been recording. We're good. Okay. During the meeting, the conversation turned to artist A's dissatisfaction with TDE. Both TDE executives began discussing artist A's character. Mr. Smith stated, character is all we have in life. That's the most important thing. Mr. Tiffith Jr. followed up, do you dispute that? Following the statements about character, Miss Luna interjected, raising various instances in the past she believes showed the negative character of TDE's executives, employees, and affiliated individuals. Miss Luna noted TDE's failure to take steps after the incident between B-Dog and plaintiff Altieri, stating, there's been times that people, like the cousin, that you have tried to violate her. Whoa. Like the cousin that you have tried to violate her, you know, her friend, and y'all didn't do anything about it. Miss Luna noted an incident between another individual, artist I, who she understood was a TDE artist, and we don't know who artist I is, and artist A, in which artist I engaged in unwanted sexual overtures towards artist A, stating, and there's times that artist I tried to F her. When pressed, artist A interjected to elaborate, stating, he tried to break into the room. Wow. And I wasn't in there. If I was in there, he would have came. Artist A became emotional and on the verge of tears, stated that she felt TDE executives did not treat her like a human being. And remember, they say that they recorded this. So if this recording is brought into the court, because of course, we can only look at the paperwork, but that would definitely bring TDE down. I can't lie here, because all we're going off of is text messages and the assertions made in the allegations of this lawsuit, which we have to accept and have to hear them out. But we have to also wait for proof, right? We have texts that show that Musa was attracted to Linda. We have texts that show he's made multiple inappropriate comments in her direction. We don't have the proof of the text messages from Brandon, aka Big B. So we don't have that. We don't have the videos that were sent in her direction, or the inappropriate photos that were sent from him to Miss Linda. I kind of thought that would be in here, but maybe those will surface at a later time. So we kind of all just have to go off of this. Everybody can interpret this how you feel. I can't say anything left or right. But if these recordings do come out, then that is an actual conversation where they bring up attempted sexual assault that happened on their watch that nothing was done for, which would add further validity to the situation. I'll continue. Miss Luna jumped into the conversation again, stating that artist A doesn't feel protected because of the things that have transpired with her friend, where H Wood tried to almost blank. Artist they interjected, H Wood tried to rape, Aya too. Whoa. So they're also saying that H Wood tried the same with artist A? Or is this just with Aya? This referred to the incident between defendant Harrell and plaintiff Altieri. On information and belief, defendant Brandon Tiffith was informed about this incident shortly after it occurred, and defendants TDE and Tiffith Jr. knew or should have known about the incident. Mr. Tiffith Jr. stated that he was completely unaware of the incidents mentioned by Miss Luna and artist A, but Miss Luna pushed back, stating, "Well, y'all know about the cousin." Oof. Miss Luna was referring to the incident between B-Dog and plaintiff Altieri. Okay, so although Aya and artist A were friends, I guess they referred to each other as cousins. And y'all know how we do in the black community and shit. We do that. Miss Luna was on information and belief. Defendant TDE knew or should have known about the incident. At one point, when Miss Luna attempted to understand the approval process for certain contracts or show promotions, she asked whether she was supposed to run them through Mr. Tiffith Jr. or TDE. Mr. Tiffith Jr. stated, I own the label. Interesting. This is Musa, by the way. At the same time, Mr. Smith stated he is the label. Mr. Tiffith Jr. confirmed there was no distinction between him and the label and that there was no other approval process other than direct communications with him. So Top is not involved in any of this. He allows his sons to kind of run what's going on. Allegedly. A few minutes later into the conversation, Mr. Tiffith Jr. accused Miss Luna of having sex with multiple individuals affiliated with TDE. Wow. So this is a quote. And when we're talking about B-Dog in Hollywood, referring to the incidents with plaintiff Altieri, he says, you've had sex with my brother. Whoa. And remember, the reference up there is that his brother attempted to take advantage of her in a drunken state. At this point, both Miss Luna and artist A interjected loudly and both disputed that Miss Luna had had sex with defendant Brandon Tiffith. Miss Luna stated, voice raised, no. No, I have never had sex with Brandon ever. Mr. Tiffith Jr. responded, you've never done anything sexual with Brandon. Miss Luna retorted, voice raised, no, your brother violated me when I was drunk, and your effing cousin was there. Do not go there with me, Musa. You are effing crazy that I would fucking sit here and F another guy. Mr. Tiffith Jr. knew that at the time of Mr. Tiffith's assault, Miss Luna was in a relationship with another individual. At this point in the conversation, Mr. Tiffith Jr. tried to interrupt, but Miss Luna continued, no. You're not about to do that to me. You're throwing effing allegations on God, on my son. I've never effed your brother in my life. He did violate me when I was drinking with him. At this point in the conversation, an argument ensued. Again, if this is on recording, this ain't gonna fare well for them. Miss Luna expressed her anger at the way TDE had treated her on the basis of her perceived sexual partners. You just literally attacked me with saying that I effed your brother when I never had. No. You need to literally shut that down, because y'all talk about me in the office like I'm a effing whore, and I'm not. Artist A interjected to confirm TDE's treatment of Miss Luna. Miss Luna continued, I'm a 45-year-old woman who has a college degree, who worked hard to be where I'm at. I don't need my daddy to bring me where I'm at. I don't need TDE. I'm where I'm at because of me. The only thing that I can say is I wish she had left when these things happen rather than staying, right? Especially if you say you don't need TDE, you should have left. That does not mean that I don't feel like I don't believe she should have been violated in no way. But I do believe after something like that happens, you shouldn't continue to work with them. You know, that's all I can say. When Mr. Tiffith Jr. tried to interrupt, Miss Luna raised this as an industry-wide issue. You don't know what women go through in this industry. Miss Luna broke down in tears at this point, and Artist A consoled her, crying. Miss Luna continued, "You're not about to do that to me. I ain't never fucked Brandon, bro. He violated me. I ain't never effed your brother, bro. On God." Later in the conversation, Miss Luna confronted Mr. Tiffith Jr. about his perpetuation of the false narrative that she had attempted to have sex with Brandon. Specifically, Miss Luna had heard that Musa was telling other TDE employees that Miss Luna was attempting to seek out multiple TDE employees to have sex with, including Brandon. She says, "You know it's wrong. If you know that people are lying about someone's name, because imagine then someone talking about your sister or your own daughter." Artist A also stated later in the conversation that Brandon Tiffith had come into the TDE office, overheard a conversation between two employees about Miss Luna, and jokingly said to them that Miss Luna had tried to force herself onto him. Oh wow. So they're alleging that Brandon had heard some guys talking about Linda, and he then turned the alleged incident that happened where he tried to violate her, and he then put it on her, saying that she tried to come onto him. That's crazy. That's crazy work. On information and belief, defendants Tiffith Jr. and TDE knew or should have known that managing agents and employees of TDE were discussing Miss Luna's perceived sexuality and sexual partners in a disparaging manner. Further in the conversation, Mr. Smith stated that he and the company were against violence towards women. At this point, Miss Luna broke down in tears again, stating, "I'm sorry, but it has happened with his brother. Give me a minute, okay? Give me a minute." At this point, Miss Luna had to stop to compose herself. During that time, on information and belief, Artist A stated that she had previously informed TDE about the incident, and that the incident was also why Artist A had blocked Brandon. Artist A further stated that the reason she did not socialize in the office was because of instances like the ones she and Miss Luna had raised. Artist A further discussed TDE's knowledge of instances of sexual misconduct. She said, "I've told you some of them, blank. Nothing happens. I told y'all niggas. B-Dog tried to do something to Aya. Nothing happened to that nigga. Fat ass still walking around the house doing nothing. What is the point if I come and I say something? Do you want me to go to the cops?" On information and belief, Artist A informed TDE managing agents after the incident between B-Dog and Miss Alteri, but TDE took no action. At this point, Artist A recounted the specific facts of the event between defendant Harrell and plaintiff Alteri. Again, Artist A challenged TDE's failure to take action and to protect women. She says, "You got to understand, if I say something one time and nothing happened, what would be the reason for me saying it over and over and over? Clearly, I'm not being protected. It's the man being protected." At this point, Artist A again recounted additional details of the event between defendant Harrell and plaintiff Alteri. Mr. Tiffith Jr. argued that Miss Luna and Artist A about whether or not specific instances had been raised with TDE executives, with Miss Luna and Artist A pointing out instances where they believed TDE had been notified of misconduct but taken no action. Specifically, Miss Luna stated that plaintiff Alteri had informed Brandon Tiffith about B-Dog's misconduct, but that no action had been taken. Mr. Tiffith Jr. admitted at this point that he had been informed about something relating to B-Dog and plaintiff Alteri. So he then admits, and again, if this is on tape, this will not fare well for TDE. I got to be honest. But he pointed out that Miss Alteri had returned back to the TDE house after the incident. What that got to do with anything? Miss Luna understood this to mean that Mr. Tiffith Jr. had known the details about B-Dog's assault on Miss Alteri, but that he had decided to justify inaction by construing Miss Alteri's return to the TDE house as a resolution of any issues. Further in the conversation, Artist A raised another incident in which another TDE artist, Artist S, had busted through her door when she was sleeping, stating that there were so many similar instances of inappropriate behavior directed towards women. Hold the fuck on. Hold on. Because we've already heard about Artist I attempting to bust through her door. Now we've got artist S attempting to bust through her door while she was sleeping. The first time the person busted in her door, she wasn't in there. This another person allegedly busting through her door while she was sleeping. Again, I can only say if this stuff happened, these niggas going down. And they deserve to, if this is true. She also stated that artist I had, without consent, sent her a picture of his peen and videos that were sexual in nature. This is the return of artist I. I don't know who artist I or artist S is. Miss Luna interjected, recounting, that artist I had offered to pay artist A's bills if he could watch artist A engage in oral sex with another man. So he just wanted to watch? Artist A recounted that artist I had also wanted her. What? Whoa. Artist A recounted that artist I had also wanted her to watch him engage in sexual acts with another man. Now the only artist that we know on TDE that engages in homosexual activity is Isaiah Rashad. They stated Isaiah Rashad's name in this lawsuit openly, though. So I would think, or maybe, I don't know. This is all alleged, but this is some, wow, disgusting shit going on. Not disgusting because he's getting it with another man, but the fact that these are unsolicited acts. Artist A stated that instances like this are why I don't feel safe, why I don't feel like coming into the office. That's why I act the way I act. It's not an attitude, it's protectiveness. The TDE executives, and Mr. Smith in particular, stated multiple times that they took such incidents seriously and did not condone such conduct, but Mr. Tiffith Jr. also made statements diminishing the accounts of Miss Luna and artist A. Mr. Tiffith Jr., this is Musa, by the way, repeatedly cautioned against bringing personal sexual relationships into the workplace and referred to the discussion about the incidents as high schoolish. This ain't high schoolish, homie. We talking about assault. We're talking about attempted rape. That ain't high schoolish. That does happen in high schools, but that ain't high schoolish. Miss Luna pointed out that this attitude was the very attitude that had motivated her to keep the assault by Brandon to herself. During the conversation, Mr. Tiffith Jr. clarified that Miss Luna's pay for any brand deals that were reached as a result of Miss Luna's efforts would be negotiated directly between her and artist A, and TDE would have no involvement. How the hell that supposed to happen? That don't make no sense. Miss Luna understood this arrangement to be separate from the existing 10% management agreement between her and TDE. Nearly 3 hours into the meeting, Miss Luna expressed that she needed to know what TDE intended to do now that they knew about Brandon's misconduct, emphasizing again that Mr. Tiffith took advantage of her while she was drunk and that the encounter was non-consensual. Musa brushed off the question. Artist A then reminded him that she had previously told him that Brandon had forced himself on Miss Luna. So she comes back and says, I told you this happened. On information and belief, artist A had previously told Musa that Brandon had assaulted Miss Luna, but neither Musa nor TDE took any action. Musa questioned why someone who was taken advantage of would wait a year to come forward. Artist A responded, that's how the world works. Musa retorted, that's not how the world works. Artist A continued, I've had things happen to me that I still haven't said anything about. That's how the world works with women. You're not a woman, so you won't understand. That part is true. I think there's a lot of women out there that have had things happen to them that they've told nobody or very few people. All right, there's another instance of Miss Luna confronting Brandon Tiffith. This is a long-ass video, but we asked for more information. After the January 28th meeting, Miss Luna confronted Brandon about his comments in the office relating to the incident between them. She reminded him that he had tried to have sex with her without her consent. So here's a text. What are you saying happened? Please be honest. We've been too cool. She says, you and I talked the next day and I told you that had I not been drunk, that would have not happened. You know that I was seeing blank and I liked him a lot. You know you were trying to have sex with me and I didn't want to, and we didn't have sex. I wasn't comfortable with what happened, but I wanted to let it go. Okay? So here's a meeting between oh wow. This is where Top gets involved. On February 9th, 2023, Miss Luna met with Anthony Tiffith Sr., Top Dog, founder of TDE and father of defendants Anthony and Brandon. During the meeting, Miss Luna discussed her management of Artist A, and Miss Luna and Mr. Tiffith Sr. agreed that Miss Luna would be Artist A's sole manager moving forward as opposed to co-manager with Musa. Okay, so she went on to become the artist manager. During the meeting, Top asked Miss Luna what had happened between her and defendant Brandon Tiffith, his son. She told Top the details of what he did, forcibly attempting to have sex with her. She says Top brushed it off, commenting that there was no fraternizing in the company, but that he did not mind it between consenting adults, suggesting that because alcohol had been involved, the question of consent was murky. But alcohol notwithstanding, Miss Luna had been unequivocally clear in refusing Brandon's advances, and Mr. Tiffith had been unequivocally forceful in attempting sex despite Miss Luna's attempts to stop him. Still, she did not correct Mr. Tiffith because he was at the very top of the TDE hierarchy, incredibly influential in the industry, and she believed exerted a great deal of control over her professional future. Okay, so she had a conversation with Top. He asked about what happened between her and his son. She goes and tells him what happened. She's alleging that he brushed it off and said, hey, there's not supposed to be no type of sexual fraternizing going on. However, if y'all are consenting adults, I can't say nothing. And because alcohol got involved, I can't say. She then says he continued to brush it off. She just accepted it because of his power. Okay? Artist A signs multi-million-dollar deal. In March of 2023, Artist A signed a deal with Warner Records for multi-million-dollar figure. Artist A told Miss Luna that per her agreement with TDE, TDE was responsible for paying the 10% management fee to Miss Luna. TDE never paid Miss Luna the management fee, and I don't understand why it would be 10% if they agreed that you was going to be the sole manager. You should be taking 20% at that point. Okay? So the artist gets a deal, and the artist says, hey, you gotta go to Top and them to figure out how to get your money after you've housed this artist all this time. Wow. And here's where we get to what's going on currently. Plaintiffs initially filed this lawsuit under the pseudonyms Jane Doe and Jane Roe, fearing for their reputations and safety if their names were publicly revealed. On information and belief, defendant TDE released a public statement to multiple news outlets on February 1st, 2025 through a representative stating this was a shakedown lawsuit by Linda Luna and Aya Alteri, thus revealing plaintiffs' names to the public. Since her identity was revealed, Ms. Luna has received multiple harassing messages from third parties, including the following. So these are quotes that she's received. It says, lying, ugly, weird ass bit. I hope you get great and kid. And I hope your family died of cancer to the eyes, weak bitch. I hope you ugly. I hope you, what? I hope your ugly dog dies, you lying stupid mutt. Look how ugly you both are. I hope you burn alive. This is crazy. The message included a photograph of Miss Luna and her dog from personal social media account. It's hard for women to come forward because of attention seekers such as yourself, and real victims have to be weeded out. Shame on you. You a liar, though, is another one. You are ugly as hell, LMAO. Nobody sexually harassed you. You look like an ogre. Lame ass girl, I hope you get locked up for false accusations, clown ass B. Miss Luna also received multiple harassing messages directed towards her media relations company social media account, including the following. What's pussy ass page having comments limited. Good luck growing, coward. F this agency. Following the release of plaintiffs' personally identifying information, 2 of Miss Luna's clients terminated their professional relationship with her. So she's saying she got doxxed, she's been getting harassed by fans of the label, and now she's losing business because 2 clients have ended the relationship. I wouldn't be surprised if these people that ended the relationship at this point may be affiliated with OVO. I don't know. But we'll just have to see. Okay? So those are the allegations. And this is going to be a retelling of everything that we've already gone through, so we don't need to go over this again. Prayer of relief, wherefore plaintiff prays for judgment against defendants as follows: for actual and compensatory damages according to proof pursuant to all applicable laws and regulations, for civil and statutory penalties available under applicable law, for statutory damages pursuant to Civil Code 170889, for prejudgment and post-judgment interest, for punitive damages, for an award of attorney's fees, costs, and expenses as authorized by applicable law, for such other and further relief as this court may deem just and proper, and for trial by jury on all causes of action so triable. This was filed on February 5th. I wasn't able to get access to it until today. But again, nobody else has talked about this that I've seen, other than a couple days ago when the Shade Room came out and said that there was an amended filing. I couldn't find it at the time. Now we have it. These are the further details, the text messages, and further absolgations. Again, we will have to see what TDE says in response, what they can bring. They say that they have their own set of text messages and other things that can absolve them of any wrongdoing. I think they're going to need a lot of information and a lot of counter materials to absolve them, because right now they look terrible. Okay, I gotta be honest, they look bad, especially if that recording comes to the light. Now, I don't think it'll be left out to the public anytime soon. I'm sure that'll be played in trial, but I don't know, man. This don't look good. And although I may question the decision-making process of remaining at the company despite not being paid, despite being, unwanted, unsolicited sexual advances being subjected to that, I still don't believe that anybody deserves to have that afflicted onto them. I can't co-sign that. I can't say that's okay, right? So again, we will wait for more. I think, based on this amended complaint, I think some people will definitely see this as a bit more compelling. I'm trying my best to remain neutral, but it don't look good. That's what I will say. And we'll just have to wait it out and see what happens moving forward. Okay? Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider. I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Jesus, this is getting really crazy.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some batteries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.